Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard, here to review Captain Fantastic, starring Viggo Mortensen, Kathryn Dowd, Steve Zahn, and directed and written by Matt Ross. And if you don't know who Matt Ross is, if you're a fan like I am, a tremendous fan of Silicon Valley on HBO, he plays the narcissistic, egotistical maniac that runs Hulu. I mean, he is so funny and so crazy that this movie that he wrote and directed, I mean, it just shows you his talent and his versatility, because that you kind of believe people who play characters on television that's how they really are. Like, you know, Don Knotts is really like Barney Fife, or, you know, they're not like that in real life. You know, Jim Carrey is nothing like he is on his on-screen persona. He's very quiet, he's very reserved. So the same thing is with Matt Ross. I mean, he's, well, not that he's like that in real life, but I mean, just this movie that he made, Captain Fantastic, is just a real gem. It really is. And the plot is Viggo Mortensen and his wife have taken their children and have gone off the grid in the woods somewhere in Washington State. And they kind of turn their back on society. But they didn't turn their back on society when it comes to education, when it comes to teaching their kids out of books, you know, critical thinking, teaching their kids self-defense, teaching them the physical attributes, you know, for keeping a fit mind and a fit body. Also teaching them to be one with nature. So yeah, if it sounds like kind of like a hippie commune from the 1960s, that's basically what it is. And they're out there living in the middle of basically, you know, nowhere, but it's a really cool looking camp. You know, they're not living like in tents. They have like a little kind of mini village going on. When a family tragedy happens, they end up doing this road trip to attend a funeral, and one of the wife's father, played by Langella, is totally against what's going on with his grandchildren living in the middle of the woods. He loves his daughter, but he totally resents Viggo Mortensen's character. He cannot stand what he's done to his daughter and brainwashed her and all these different things. So what's really unique about this movie is not only is it about family, and not only is there tender moments, but there's also, it's a commentary on technology, you know, because I think if you could live off the grid 30, 40 years ago, you know, anytime before technology really exploded in the last 25 years, it would make sense. But now the movie explores even like, is it child cruelty? Is it a child abuse to keep the children away from modern society? Because they're constantly on this road trip encountering the real world. You know, they don't eat anything unless they kill it themselves. They hunt, you know, so that they go to a restaurant, they want a burger and fries, they want a chocolate shake. The kids are going crazy looking at a menu and hearing about all these incredible things, you know, they want to try. You know, they're not totally isolated, not knowing what the real world's like, but they don't interact socially with anyone. And one of the oldest kids, George McKay, that's the actor, just phenomenal. He really is. You're going to hear a lot about these kids when awards time comes up for awards for youth performance or anything, but George McKay, playing the oldest, he really has it out with his father, saying, look, you've made me a freak of society. Everything I know comes from a book. Everything I know comes from what you tell me. He has no interaction with the real world. So this movie is layered, it's complex, it's funny at times, it's poignant at times, it's brilliantly written. I mean, it's got some great concepts in terms of, you know, society and laws, and where does man fit with technology, and where does he fit in society. It's such a great film. It really is. It's a real gem, and I was surprised in a summer of all these big tentpole, these big blow-hearted movies, you know, we have a real gem from Matt Ross. And fantastic performances from Viggo Mortensen and also from George McKay, and I really enjoyed this. I can't wait to see it again. I really can't. So check out Captain Fantastic. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Also check out my podcast on iTunes. And if you like what you see, please subscribe, thumbs up, share, comment below. What did you think of Captain Fantastic? I'd love to know what you thought. Did you like it as much as me? I loved it. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard from Las Vegas. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time.
Captain Fantastic, raised and regimented, hardly a hero.